Before we jump into today's video, we got a couple exciting things for BeRealCustomGear.com. We're really trying to ramp up our, put our big boy pants on pretty much for BeRealCustomGear.com. More products, more valuable things on there, and more education as a whole coming soon on there. So new, we got two things new for there, but new, our UV1Ks have been live since August 1 on UltraView.com, but now they are available on BeRealCustom.com, but we have a special twist. They are yellow, and we have them branded with our BeReal fletchings. So we've done our small arrow batch with RIP TKOs, and now we have our own branded yellow for UV1Ks. I will say, obviously we did launch and everything, and we knew that this was going to be a thing. UltraView, historically, we've always come out with very premium products that, therefore, premium products are very expensive. And these arrows are not the most expensive, but a very high expensive premium full built arrows. We understand that. Victory, talking to Victory through this entire design process, this is the best performing arrow that Victory has ever made. They will say that. Just talked to Steve just the other day. This is the best arrow Victory has ever made. Performance, how straight they are, even on the manufacturing side, how straight they are, shaft after shaft after shaft, and therefore it's the most premium arrow that Victory makes, especially for hunting. The premium, I understand that they are expensive, but they are premium. And it's a premium price on it, and they for sure, not everyone, I understand that, and that is why, you know, obviously I still work with Victory, and that is why there are many different levels to arrows. There's arrows for everyone. This is not for everyone. It's a premium bow hunting product. If you really care about shooting well, high efficiency for broadhead tuning, recovery rate, and overall just accuracy, and it's like, and you're a guy that's like similar to like me, it's no stops. It's like I want the best of everything, and I don't want a question in my mind, and that's this arrow. It's premium. It's the best arrow Victory has ever made. 4.5 millimeter, 4 millimeter components. So it's all 4 millimeter components. Standard 5/16 threads. Premium bullet points with a little O-ring in there. So shooting these, they do not rattle out. So I'm not trying to justify it. I think we just, off the gate, we're going to continue to do this. We may have done a bad job describing how premium and unique these arrows are, and how they are the best arrows that Victory has ever made statistically. I mean, we can look at spreadsheets and run through slow motion, and Victory did a bunch of slow motion testing, which we haven't shown any of that. So I would love to dive into some videos in the future, very spreadsheet, like why are these the most premium. But I think we just need to explain and keep explaining why they're the most expensive, because I mean, we're not idiots. I'm not an idiot. We read what you guys got, what you guys are saying, what you guys got going on. Yes, they're extremely expensive, but there's a reason, and it is justified. But they're not for everyone, and this shouldn't be a reason why anyone should not get into bow hunting, because there are many arrows in the world that perform super well at much lower price points to get everyone into bow hunting and get everyone into archery. So with that said, if you're looking for the best, no questions, statistically hunting arrow on the entire market, UV1K arrows, now available on BeRealCustomGear.com. Have fun in the comments. Okay, up next we have more exciting things. Painted Arrow, I've gotten to know these guys super well, and they reached out actually this past winter of like, hey, what can we do together? And as you guys know, I've had very small roots, self-filming on a very small budget, starting out as a young kid wanting to get into this. And so it's still very important to me to always have a ease of entry into getting into this stuff. And iPhones are so good at filming now. Last year we did a few videos with them. This year we plan on doing a few more videos with them. But this is the Mag Pro Plus by Painted Arrow, which uses a magnet on your phone to help self-film your hunts, not only for fun and enjoyment to show your buddies, but also as far as recovering your deer, trying to see what kind of shot it was, maybe where it ran. I personally still have never used this in the field. Obviously we've used it like testing it and whatever else, but haven't used it actually in the field. So I'm super excited about that this year when we film some iPhone videos for self-filming, or even maybe we'll bring some, you know, 2 iPhones in the tree and do one on the bow and one behind the camera sort of deal. But this is, let's see, this one is the compound bow, and this is, so we have the Mag Pro for Mathews, which is essentially the new bridge lock system, or just Mag Pro Plus. So one works if you have bridge lock bars, and one works if you have a standard stabilizer. So we're going to open these up, get them set up on the bow, and show you guys quickly how to do them, and then we'll go outside and shoot. We'll shoot new arrows, we'll shoot these, and kind of show you how pretty awesome they are, especially if you have a newer iPhone. How, well, any cell phone, it doesn't have to be an iPhone, any sort of smartphone that can fit a magnet on it. So we'll get these open. We have our custom B-Real lasering with our custom color. We kind of wanted to go, not like an OD green, but like a desert tan, tactical dark tan. So I think they did a really good job on that. What comes in the box, obviously we have the phone bow mount. We have a little bolt. We got an alcohol pad. We have a magnet, which I'll show you guys. I have my MagView magnet on here. They both work. They're essentially the same thing. So if you don't have a magnet, one comes with it. But if you already have a MagView one or one that works on your truck or whatever else, that one works fine. Like I keep it right there when we're doing videos or whatever. Painted arrow sticker, and then our sticky foam, which is very important just for the shot and vibration. It essentially sits against your stabilizer. So that is, what was this one? This one was the Matthews one, I believe, yeah. So this is the Matthews one, all the stuff over here. And this is your standard one. If you have a standard stabilizer, this is the one for you. Stickers, we got foam pad, a little bit thicker foam pad. Got another plate, we got an alcohol swab, and this guy right here. So essentially, this is the biggest difference, is the orientation of this bar. And that's why you need to select the, phase 4 and on, or really it's V3, well, phase 4 and on because of the bridge lock bars. Bridge lock bars or standard, any other bow on the market, or if you're just running standard bars on a phase 4 lift or whatever, this is the one that you want. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take my lift right here, and we'll just rip through and install this bad boy. So we're going to need our phase 4 or lift. It's essentially the bridge lock. If you have the bridge lock bars, you need the Matthews one, the Matthews specific one. So that is essentially going to be like that. You still use the grommet system in there for a standard one, and it's going to just screw right in there, and then your bridge lock bar is going to be here. I only took it out just so it'll be a little easier for me to operate, but we'll take our little tiny bolt. We're going to screw it right in. This actually matches this earth color very, very close. I kind of wanted an in-between color of the earth and the granite and something that still looks really good with black, so I think the guys nailed the color on this. So I'm guessing it'd be pretty easy to adjust this, but I have it on there kind of not super snug. So now I'm going to put this in to show you guys that that's going to sit like this. It'll be straight, and then see that little gap right there? That is going to be for your foam, because you don't want this thing to rattle. So essentially, it's an extra support. So we're going to flip this over. We got our long piece of foam right here. There we go. And then it fits perfectly sized all along there. Apply that good. Flip this back around. Install our stabilizer. So nothing technically gets installed on your stabilizer. It's all on the phone mount, which is cool because if you ever want to take it off or whatever else, it's literally 2 seconds. You can screw this bolt in and out. And we want it level. Okay, we have it installed. Just sits right on that stabilizer right there, and we're good to go. So where's my phone? Essentially, phone. We have our I have my MagView magnet already on. Again, if you don't have that, you put the painted arrow one on. Go like this, and it sticks right on. So essentially, got it in video mode, and we're filming. I mean, it is so simple. And if you're anything like me, it's like you're on your phone, and staying on TikTok or Instagram or whatever else, and it's like, oh dear, coming into video. phone on there, record, and you're ripping. And the distance, one thing when I first saw these is like, man, I wonder if my hand's going to hit this or whatever else. But there's enough distance that you never really, even if you stick your hands all the way out, you never really have anything that's going to mess you up or whatever else. And actually, now that I think about it, if you really want to get creative, you put the camera on the right side, and then, if you have the camera on the right side and this on the left side, you're a right-handed shooter, you can just very easily operate this camera, like press record, just like this instead of coming around like this. So I'm pretty excited. So one thing, obviously being a bow guy, you throw this on, it's a little bit extra weight. It's like, ooh, how do you deal with that little bit of extra weight? One, you either just get used to it, or two, your overall bow weight is going to go up a little bit, and that's when a back bar kind of comes in play. So we can kind of mess around with maybe adding a little bit more weight just to counteract this weight on this phone, because I can even tell that my bow goes forward a little bit more. Obviously we take it off and the weight changes. So I recommend with this, whenever you add weight on your bow, if it's a quiver, even an empty quiver and a full quiver, or something like this, adding weight, any sort of parts of the bow, just shoot it. Make sure you shoot it with your broadheads. Make sure it feels good. Make sure if you adjust any weights, sidebar weight, front, really what I probably would do is if I shot with this 100% of the time, I would take 2 weights off of the front and add 1 or 2 in the back. And that would probably even it out pretty dang good. So let's do that. I want to see what that feels like. Then we'll get outside and start shooting. But that's another example, maybe why a sidebar is really good. It helps, offset some stuff, but it creates bias. I've dove into this before, what a back bar does. Everyone thinks that, it offsets the quiver or offsets whatever else. And you want your bow to be perfectly balanced. You want it left and right perfectly balanced. Like if you put it in a jig with a level on it, it all should be level. And that's not necessarily true. I think there's a lot of misconceptions on that. We made a video before on it. But famous George Riles saying, which if you don't know George Riles, he has coached actually many world champions. He is probably one of the most renowned archery coaches. Joel Turner is another fantastic archery coach. But me personally, George Riles, one of the best archery coaches when it comes to actually technical, your fundamentals, physical fundamentals, not on the mental side, but physical fundamentals of shooting. George Riles may arguably be the best coach. Anyways, what he says, and he has always said to us, me and Colby are both coached by him, you want to create some sort of bias in a side stabilizer, a side mounted stabilizer, because if you have muscles holding a steady state against something, obviously you need endurance, you need all that, but you're going to be more steady and more reactive to wind or anything else compared to something that is perfectly balanced, and then any little wind or any little variance is going to affect something that's perfectly balanced. Think of it like if I was balancing a pencil or balancing this, and it was just perfectly balanced on here, but then one little wind gust comes and it just falls, whatever way, one way or another. It's not going to be as forgiving, it's not going to be as sturdy. However, let's say we had a structure right here. I'll use my stabilizer for example. If we got this propped up in a bias, and now we have support, we have bias on this one side, any sort of outside thing is going to be harder to bump it off of this. So essentially, we create more weight on one side. So it's not perfectly balanced. It's going to be ripping it this way. And let me get my bow so I can explain this. It's going to feel like your bow's ripping this way. But as you shoot, you create a bias. You create endurance to essentially fight that weight to keep it steady. And therefore, when any outside wind or you're running an angle or anything else, your foundation's better. So it's all personal opinion, of course. It's all subject for argument. It's not a right or wrong, end all be all. But when you create a bias, I think you create a better foundation compared to if your bow is just perfectly balanced, then any little thing is going to throw off that perfect balance, if that makes sense. So anyways, right now we got a lot of front bias. So that's fine. Like you can get used to it. It's not what I'm necessarily used to. So I'm just going to take 2 weights off, put 2 weights on the back, and that problem is going to be fixed. Fixed in a jiffy. Okay, let's see how this feels. Yeah, much better. It already feels back to normal. Got bias, we got good front and back. So bow's a little heavier, yeah, because of the added foam, but we got our weight back adjusted with how this is gonna run. So it's always good to play with your weights, but don't play with them too much. A lot of times people will keep chasing their tails. It's like stick with something, get it good, and stay with it. We don't wanna be changing all sorts of stuff every 2 seconds to try to fix problems, because ultimately the biggest problem is always you. It's always me. It's always the person behind the bow. It's very rarely the bow, of course, or the bow or accessories on the bow. Very rarely it's that. A lot of times it's you when you're not shooting super good. So let's get outside, shoot these bad boys. We'll shoot our new UV1Ks and our B-Reel. Actually, have not had these to shoot yet. These will be the first ones, my yellow B-Reel ones. This is the first time shooting these. So we'll get out, we'll shoot these 6, video a little bit, and we'll show you guys kind of what it looks like. Before we go outside, I forgot. Let's put the standard painted arrow phone mount on this bad boy. So put this off to the side for a second. And this is a VXR standard, not bridge locked. So obviously anything like that is just going to be standard. So it's going to mount like that. We'll have our stabilizer going in right there. And of course we need our little foam adhesive stuff there. So we have our foam, and where did our stabilizer go? Or was there not one in there? I got one right here. We got our Shrewd. These are our B-Reel bars from a while back. So essentially, you know, it slips right in there, and then it'll rest on that. I'll screw this in. Quick disconnects also, they do work. You just need to install the quick disconnect mount into, you know, this painted arrow mount. And with these stabilizers, you got to kind of preemptively put it on an angle, and then you tighten it in, and that is perfectly level, almost. And then we just got that right there. Super easy. It's very easy to install, and if it's not something you're going to run all season, you can quickly take it off for hunting season, put it on, make sure you're ready to rip, and we're good to go again. We'll take our phone. That's the thing too, is like, it's not going anywhere. And then we got that right back on there. That's actually very, very cool. You do not want to go like this. I just thought about this. We cannot go like that, obviously, because you're gonna hit. But yeah, standard mount, standard mount, bridge lock mount, now available, BROCustomGear.com. All right, let's go outside and shoot. Wow, let's go. I can't talk today. Let's go outside and shoot. Got my phone. Got a couple Morel targets just right here. I want to show close because obviously shooting whitetails 20, 30, 40, and that's majority. I guess this will work elk hunting and everything. Yeah, there's no reason why you wouldn't use this for anything, but I'm going to show just what it looks like close. So I'm going to put it, I have an iPhone. I'm going to put it on 1. I'm going to keep it up off of that rack a little bit. So essentially I have it on 1 power. We'll go ahead and we'll shoot just right here. We got like 10 yards and 20 yards. So we'll shoot at those and see what it looks like. I want to try some slow-mo stuff too. Okay, we'll just shoot right here at 10 yards for our first test. That's the only thing filming with this that I saw, is a lot of times when guys shoot, they drop right away. So if you can remember to shoot and then keep your bow arm up and keep it at the target, you'll be able to obviously see the deer a little bit more. But let's go, we'll shoot 20 yards. Okay. Now we will shoot, I think it's 30. Okay. So now that was like my normal shot. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to try to like keep my bow arm up and pretend like, you know, it's a shot. I'm gonna keep it up just to see it happen. So shoot the 20-yarder. So it's very easy. I just gotta think, you know, all right, keep it up, keep it watching it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm curious about this. I'm gonna switch it to 5 power. So 1 to 5 gives you a little bit more zoom, and it's really clear. So I just want to see what that does, and then I want to do some slow-mo stuff, see what that looks like. So we'll do 20. So 20 in frame on the phone. Is it 20 in frame? Yeah. Nice. Definitely harder to keep it up. Let me try that one more time. Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of excited to watch those back. But let's, I'm going to pull this, and I'm going to try slow-mo. I want to try slow-mo on 1, slow-mo on 5, and just see what the deal is with that. It was 100 degrees yesterday. Now it's like, I'm cold right now. It's like 60 and windy, cloudy, overcast.
Deer season.
What's that?
Deer season.
Deer season. Yeah, it feels like fall. Bow's still on, which is good. That's also the thing between the UV1Ks and then the B-Real UV1Ks. They're exactly the same everything. So you'll be able to shoot either or. Let's say you wanted a 6-pack of the UV1Ks and a 6-pack of mine for practice and hunting or whatever else. They're the same. So I'll be mix and matching white and yellow and shooting them all the time. So they are exactly the same.
Mine are just $5 more.
What's that?
Mine are just $5 more.
Yeah, because we're bougie like that. Okay, slow motion. Let's do 1. I wonder if I should see what slow motion shooting your Corvette would look like through the windshield.
That'd be fantastic. As long as I get a raise after.
Yeah, I'd probably have to fix that. Okay, let's just shoot 20. Got slow-mo on 1 power. Cut my bow arm up. It's also why it's important that this is balanced good with this on, because it'll help you just kind of keep it up and that it's not super front heavy. Okay, let's try 5 power now. It's definitely grainier. Let's see, 5. Oh, there we go. If you stop recording and then start again with it at 5, it's definitely a lot cleaner. Okay. I kind of want to, I know we'll play it back in the video, but I'm going to see what these look like. Yeah, 1 power, just standard. It's definitely wide and a little hard to see. I want to see what the 5 power, there we go. This is 1 power slow-mo. That's actually a lot better. So the 5 power slow-mo, it looks like the best because even though it's bouncy, obviously, because it's shooting, but I can see the arrow come out. I can see the arrow come out and hit, which that's actually pretty good. You can see impact at 20 yards and arrow flight. Of course, when you shoot, it's a little bouncy, but impact too. And then imagine, you know, deer coming in, video, draw back, 5 power slow-mo, and then shoot. And obviously, right at the shot, it's gonna be a little blurry, but there's nothing physically you can do to fix that. And then right when you shoot, it stabilizes. If you stay on it, you'll be able to see which way it runs, which way it turns and all that, and help with recovery. So I think we might just video video 5 power, and I'll like stand at 20 yards. I'm just gonna shoot some 3D targets too, just to kind of see. That'd probably be good. Did I shoot some? Yeah, I shot one. Let me go pull some. Yardage, and we're rolling. 5 powered zoom, slow motion. Is the bear like perfectly in frame now, by chance?
Yes.
Okay. Just kind of rip through it and we'll be able to, I'll play it back. So after shooting this, you really can't even tell that it's on here because I move my weight around and shooting it. There's no extra vibration, and of course, mass weight. There's a little bit more mass weight, but besides that, and for a cheap solution to film your hunts, honestly, I'm gonna just keep this on my bow and rip it, like maybe even all season long. I don't know. It's kind of cool to have stuff on your phone. But now available, BeRealCustomGear.com. We got arrows. And we got a lot of fun stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that Rolling Hill short series. Austin Thomas, a bunch of guys came out and helped film that and make that possible. We got a lot of exciting things happening in the month of August, and we got hunting seasons right around the corner. So thank you guys so much for watching, supporting always this crazy journey the last 10, 11, whatever amount of years. So it's absolutely crazy, and we're about to hit another hunting season. So thank you all for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one.